Hello and welcome to Unity of Las Vegas. My name is Jim Lee. Oh my goodness. This is 2021. It really is. We're here. Can you imagine that? We're closing the chapter on 2020. Whew. And we're getting ready for a new year, a fresh slate, unwritten, upon which we are going to create an abundant life. This is what we're talking about now. This abundant life is in alignment with the evolutionary impulse, which is always alluring and attracting us to more ways of being and expressing love in the universe. It's an abundant life. Can you feel it? Well, you will after we go through this talk today. But before we do that, I just want to let you know the order of service, because everything is designed to create this abundant feeling and attitude and a way of being. We're going to start off with Randy doing the Daily Word. Music by John Jones. He's got a great song for us today. I'll be delivering the message, and Lisa will bring it all home into our whole experience, our mind and body, with this, I would call, a meditative experience of oneness and an abundance. So let's get ready. Randy, it's your turn.
Hello everyone. This is the Daily Word for Sunday, January 3rd. Potential. Yes, I am able. Yes, I can. Growing up, I received encouragement from my family, school teachers, and the other adults in my life. Their positive, affirming words helped lead me to pursue my passions and trust my gifts so I might realize my potential. Now that I'm older, I turn to the divine within me to discern how I might best fulfill my potential. I prayerfully ask what possibilities remain to be realized in my life. What ignites my passion for self-expression? I receive inspiration from the time I spend in prayer. As I pray, any lingering thoughts of doubt or insecurity are replaced with renewed energy and enthusiasm. Nothing can stop me from stepping out boldly into the world to fulfill my potential. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. Have a great day.
Thank you, Randy. Now there's an action step to propel us into the new year. However, I'm going to change just a couple of words, me and my, to us and our, for our purposes this morning. You see, folks, nothing can stop us from stepping out boldly into the world to fulfill our true potential. There's unlimited power in this collective group of souls that we call Unity of Las Vegas. Well, good morning, friends. We're glad you're here, and we want you to know that we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we see the Christ in each of you. A great way to stay informed about the programs that we're creating this new year is to subscribe to this channel. Ring that notification bell and share us with your families and friends. If you like the music that we're producing, you can tune into our posi-music playlist. If you've got a special request for us to do one of your favorites, send me a message and let me know. I'd love to play your requests. We've got some great things in the works for 2021. For the first song of the new year, I've chosen a personal favorite from one of my mentor songwriters, Karen Drucker. Now, I first met Karen at a posi-music festival about 10 years ago, although I had already been performing her songs for some time before that. We became and have remained friends ever since. Her music is a powerful tool to transform and enlighten the energy of this planet, and this is a song that does exactly that. I hope you enjoy this special rendition of Receiving Chant.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine, yeah. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine, yeah. A new year, a new date, a reason to celebrate, a fresh slate upon which to co-create a new state. Not a thing you have to try or even ask why. Just let it drift by, it's got wings, watch it fly. Abundance of the heart is a mystical art. Before you even think it, it's got its own start. The spark of creativity avoids all negativity, born deep in divinity, flowing into infinity. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine. Anything I want, 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 it is mine. How about perfect health? It is mine. How about perfect health? It is mine. How about joy, peace? It is mine. How about joy and peace? It is mine. How about love, 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 love? It is mine. How about love, 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 love? It is mine. How about love, 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 love? It is mine. How about love, love, love? It is mine.
All right. Thank you, John Jones. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and declare it to be so. I love that. Boy, is that a good rhythm and beat to it. But anyway, we want to get to today's talk. And title of the day is The Mystical Art of Abundance, Reaching Across the Veil. Well, it's time for us to have the abundant life. There's a story about a college. At a college, the faculty gathered together in the conference room, and the professor of archaeology brought with him a lamp recently unearthed while he was away on vacation in Egypt. And he said, hey, there's a myth and there's a story that this lamp has a genie in it with mystical powers. Well, the professor of philosophy was so fascinated that he grabbed the lamp and he started rubbing on it vigorously. And sure enough, a cloud of smoke appeared, and in it was a genie. Oh my goodness. And the genie said, you can have one wish. Choose between wealth, wisdom, and looking good, being beautiful. Hey, the professor said, no problem. I want wisdom. And sure enough, the genie said, you got it. Poof! Smoke came and he went right back into the bottle. And then everybody turned and looked at the professor. He had this glow about him, and he was sitting upright in a brand new position. And one of the professors said, oh my goodness, say something. What wise insight do you have? And the professor, much wiser now, said, I should have taken the money. Let's make a wise choice today. Let's choose abundance. When I'm talking about not any kind of abundance, I'm talking about the mystical abundance. Affirmation. Let's declare abundance is here. Now, our scripture lesson, which backs this up, is well known, and it's from Jesus talking in his John, the 10th chapter, 10th verse. Jesus said, I have come that they may have life and have it more abundantly. Now some people see this abundant life as sitting in the lap of luxury, having a multi-million-dollar home, and having lots of things. Now, I'm not going to be hypercritical here. I like nice things. You probably like nice things. All God's children like nice things. And that is not what Jesus is really talking about. For Jesus was not a materialist. Jesus was a mystic. And so we're going to take a look at this mystical abundance that includes things, but also goes beyond it. When I'm talking about mystical abundance, transcends any attachment to a particular specific outcome. It is the experience of being completely cared for. It is the experience of being provided for by the divine in every and all situations. So if you're walking through a dark night of the soul, I just want you to know abundance is here. If you are like some people and you may be going through some bad times and stressful times in your life and seems like things are all wrong and seems like everything is topsy-turvy, I just want you to know abundance is here. If you feel all alone and struggling, you may be going through bouts of depression or sadness, abundance is here. Abundance is available to each and every one of us right now. God is here with you and with me, ready to restore our spirit of joy and gladness, because abundance is here right now. You would say, no, wait a minute, I've made mistakes, I've done some wrong things, and I feel ashamed and bad and all of that. Hey, put that aside. God is with you, ready to bring you joy and healing and all manner of good things. Abundance is here. The abundant life is here right now. This abundance that I'm talking about is in alignment with this evolutionary impulse, which is always alluring us into expanded ways of being and expressing love in the universe, in our life, right here, right now. This abundance is pervasive, and it is flowing to you and me. I call it outrageous abundance that's always available. This universe is so abundant. You know, there are 100 billion stars in our galaxy, and there are 1 billion trillion observable stars in this universe. That's a lot. That's what I call abundant. There's abundance of everything. I even looked it up. You know how many apples there are? I know of about 5 or 6. There are 7,500 apples. God doesn't seem to be doing anything in onesies. There's abundance of everything. Notice, if you think for a moment that there isn't any abundance, breathe out and notice that you don't have to worry about the next breath. There is an abundance of air. Now you say, all right, how do I get this abundance into my life now? Well, it's there. I just want us to take a look at what are we saying to ourselves. Sometimes it looks like we are focused in on what we want, when it really is we are focusing in on what we don't want. We are creating resistance to the abundance that's all around us. The magnificent glory of everything is just available to us. We can't talk, think, and feel negative and live a positive, abundant life. We can't talk, think, and feel defeated and have a victorious life. We can't talk, think, and feel lack, limitation, get caught up in fear, and have this abundant life. We are blocking the abundance that's everywhere, and just know abundance is not blocking us. Abundance is our birthright. It is time to resonate with this higher vibration with our Christ self that is already in us, that is ready to spring forth with all of this abundance way beyond what we can think and feel. It is magnificent. And so this abundance that I'm talking about is just beyond the veil, just beyond our level of awareness. And this is how we get to it. If we're stuck in saying, I just don't get it at all, the first step that I want us to realize is hope. Hope goes beyond the veil, and hope just says, you know what, it's possible. That's all we want to say is, it's possible. And then with that, we resonate with that, and then we go to a next step further, and then we believe. Now, believe goes just beyond the veil, and it resonates with what's possible, but then it goes into our thinking, and we start to think it. Then we go to the next level, and I call it faith. Faith puts us in touch with what's just beyond the veil. This level of abundance, we start to feel it. But the mystical abundance that I am talking about now is this. It is knowing. It goes beyond the veil, beyond this level of awareness, and it puts us in touch with this abundance before it even occurs, and we are now resonating with it. So what's abundance for you? It could be prosperity, could be health, it could be perfect relationships, it could be divine order. It is there just beyond the veil. And what this mystical abundance does is when we tap into it, and especially when we know it, we activate this awareness and the veil parts, and we start to be in touch with it now. Before it even arrives, we are experiencing it. The mystical abundance is experiencing it in this moment, like right now, even before it occurs. This is a magnificent knowing. So, just want us to affirm. Take a deep breath, no matter what you're going through, and say, I am loving this life. It is fun to expand and grow, and I love the uncertainty as it in this moment is bringing me unlimited possibility. We can relax in this abundance that's already here. Our goal is to tap into it and affirm it now. Feel the universe embracing us. Feel the angelic beings wrapping his arms around us. Feel the divine, everlasting, and ever-loving arms all around us, bringing this mystical abundance to us, and with it attaching us and everything through love and detaching fear and lack and limitations. Mystical abundance is harmony, bliss, full of potent possibilities. Right now, Jesus the Christ called it the kingdom of heaven. Abundance is everywhere. Don't fear. Don't worry. Relax. Abundance is here. Our goal now is to hope, feel it, believe it, tap into it. We manifest it. You may say, well, I don't know if I can really do that. My brain doesn't work that way. Well, there is a new science. It's called neuroplasticity. We can change the wiring in our brain and come up with new pathways. We can tap into this abundance. All we need to do is stay true to the essence that's already present. Then you say, well, you know what? I worry a lot, but my mother worried about it and my family worried about it. No. New science says with this epigenetics says that we are not locked into our genes or our old ways of being. The abundant life is here. 2021 is a time for us to bring it in. The truth is, you and I came here with no teeth, no hair, some of us, and no money. Some of us may leave here with no teeth, no hair, and we may leave here with no money. But in between, this is where we can have the abundant life, and we can have it more abundantly. It is ours by divine birthright. What we want to do is resonate with it just beyond the veil, and whether or not we get the exact thing that we want at the time that we want it, it is the process that we're going through. That's the energy that we feel, so that if And when it occurs, don't want us to get stopped at that point, because there's even more to come into it once we get in touch with this magnificent mystical abundance, because it keeps going and going and going beyond the things, beyond the material things. This is the abundant life, and Lord knows it's time that we have it, that we bring it into existence. And once we do, what I like about this, it is contagious. We can start to live in this vibration and it starts to lift up other people. You are it. I am it. It's time that we do it. The song that began today is I Do Believe. I will receive. Just have to know and declare it to be so. And now, Lisa will prepare us for this 2021, this new year, this fresh slate, as we ready for this abundant, magnificent life. And so it is.
Happy New Year, everyone. Truly, abundance is here as we step into this new year. And there is a freshness and an aliveness present. The promise of a new beginning that will in some way be better than what has come before in the previous year. A way of being that is untethered to the past. A new freedom available. In gratitude for all the ways that 2020 has supported us in growing and evolving, this new being that we are now in this new year is ready to co-create the possible from the impossible, and to be immersed in abundance doing it. So now this abundance is not coming from the standpoint of bringing something out there, in here, but from developing the awareness of the continuum between something in the manifest world and its counterpart in the unmanifest world, and how the movement between these two worlds can be consciously activated by the desires of our hearts. What I am sharing today was inspired in part by the work of Abraham Hicks, which some of you may be familiar with. Abraham is a group of disembodied souls who speak about the law of attraction. I was watching a video where this group of souls was having a conversation amongst themselves. They said, "Why is it that humans have so much trouble with manifesting the desires of their hearts?" Well, it's because they can't see the connections. If they could just see the frenzy of activity that immediately goes into action here in the spirit realm, the moment their desire is revealed, they would know beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's only a matter of time before it comes to pass. Well, now I say, but we can see the connections. Through our faculty of visualization and imagination, we can bring our awareness to the continuum of thought or desire in this realm and the creative formlessness of the spirit realm. We are part of a universe whose foundation is wholeness and connectivity. We cannot be separate from what we desire, and what we are seeking is also seeking us. So Jim and I have often said, and this may be because we have watched a lot of sci-fi movies, that if something occurred where we found ourselves in different bodies, we would still be able to recognize each other because our essences would be the same. The essence of who we are transcends the current form that we're in. So the focus of our meditation today is being in this liminal space between worlds and connecting with the essence of your heart's desire as it moves into form from the realm of spirit. So I invite you now to find a comfortable way of sitting and being. and bring attention to the breath. Just take gentle in-breaths and out-breaths. And just notice how the breath does its beautiful work of creating harmony and balance in our being. Breathe in and out of the physical body and feel how it brings a centering and a relaxation to your body. Breathe in and out of what we call the subtle body, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. And notice how all of these begin to soften and center. And bring attention through the breath to your causal self or your expanded self. This is the part of you that is beyond your roles. And notice how the breath begins to harmonize all these different parts of you. Noticing the textures and the density of each part and the fluidity of the flow between them. Now imagine yourself standing in the doorway of your house that leads outside. You can hear the sounds from both inside and outside of your house simultaneously. The voice of the birds, and maybe the hum of the refrigerator. You can breathe the air of two realms at once. Notice the scent of the air coming from inside of the house, and the scent of the air coming from outside. They are different, and yet you have the ability to take them in simultaneously. Are you inside or are you outside? In the doorway, you are in the liminal space of both, and both realms are accessible to you. Now imagine you're not only standing in the doorway, but you are the doorway. You are the opening through which anything inside of the house gets out, and vice versa. It passes through you. You also are the liminal space where the spirit world meets the material world. Imagine now the spirit realm on one side of you and the material world on the other side. Sense into the spirit realm's pure light. Sense into its softness emanating from the light, its permeability, its warmth drawing it to you. Sense how it is brimming with new possibilities, and sense its willingness to reveal itself to you, to pour itself into you. And now sense into the beautiful realm of form on the other side. Its towering mountains and rushing rivers. Its vast variety of living beings. Notice how it fills your 5 senses and invites them to play. Now notice that the boundaries between who you are and what's on either side of you become thin. You are a beautiful flow-through space from the world of spirit into the world of form. Bring attention now to your heart and bring to mind one of your heart's desires. Something you very much wish to see in the world that is not yet manifested. This desire is both yours and God's. existing in the realm of spirit and inside of your heart. Sense its flow from the formless world through your heart to the manifest world. Notice that as it becomes more material, that its essence remains the same. From the realm of spirit, through your heart, and into the world. As it flows, its essence exists in all three places. Sense the wholeness in this, the profound connectivity in this. Take a moment now to fully sense into its manifestation in the world. Take in the experience of full manifestation in your mind and heart. What is happening because this is in the world now? What is now possible? Allow yourself to feel all the feelings and think all the thoughts that accompany the realization of your heart's desire. Your heart's desire lives in form here on the earth, but also in your heart and in the heart of God. As above, so below. Sense into the groundedness and assurance that comes in this deep knowing, for this is the way it really is.
Thank you, Lisa, for wonderful meditation. Thank each and every one of you for joining us today, and please join us immediately following the service for our special fellowship time. You can go to our website to get the instructions on how to join us, or check the instructions in the comments section, and please join us. It's our community time. Now, if this service has impacted you in any kind of way, there's a couple things that you can do. Is one, to share it with someone. Next thing you do is just pray with and for us. And if you're so moved, we would be really pleased for your any contributions that you can do to support us. You can do it via the phone, through text, so you can go on our website and give us your spiritual energy so that we can continue doing this. And so with this now, I just want you to know that we love you, bless you, and appreciate you. And if you have any prayer requests, just want you to know that you can contact us and we will be praying with and for you. It's time for you to have the abundant life. You deserve it. This is who you are. So as we're closing out to the service, we're going to put up on the screen the prayer for protection. I want you to say it with me, please. The light of God surrounds us. We are the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love of God. The power of God protects us. We are the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Happy New Year.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know, and then declare it to be so with an open mind and a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, well, it is mine. Yeah.